Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yep, it's that time again. It's another review video. And this time, it's from the GOAT himself, the greatest of all time, Mr. Kevin Samuels. Let's get into it.
You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, no, you're the problem.
And before we get into this one's going to be a little longer, but I got to tell you, you're going to get a lot of knowledge from this video. Okay? Now, I avoided doing any reviews and critiques of Mr. Kevin Samuels because I get quite a few people saying, oh, you're trying to be like Kevin Samuels. Oh, you're like Mr. Kevin Samuels. And that's not the direction I wanted to take this channel. I did not want to do a Kevin Samuels look-alike or, following Mr. Samuels. I want to do my own thing. I want to have my own identity. That's why I didn't do the whole suit thing. I didn't dress up. I didn't do any of that. I wanted to keep it just down to earth. I am not pushing any of this high value man type of rhetoric. Even though I understand the idea behind a high value man, and I know that women are looking for high value men everywhere you go. I know how important it is to be a high value man. I myself was a high value man based on the metrics Mr. Samuels pointed out. So I get it. The point is, I don't feel that being in the top 10, being in the top 20% of men primarily makes you happy. I don't think that it's absolutely necessary to find a good woman.
Fortunately for rich men, they can't help but attract women that like lifestyle more than connection. Because a woman that really values connection, she doesn't like a rich man's lifestyle. A woman that really needs emotional connection, she finds being with a CEO or being with a really successful man is hard for her. She leaves because she wants emotional intimacy. So rich men are almost left with women that love lifestyle, who will compromise on emotional connection in order to get that financial investment. And so rich men are left with a pool of women who are not as connected to them, so more likely to cheat. Fortunately for rich men, they can't help but attract women that like lifestyle more than connection. Because a woman that really values connection, she doesn't like a rich man's lifestyle. A woman that really needs emotional connection, she finds being with a CEO or being with a really successful man is hard for her. She leaves because she wants emotional intimacy. So rich men are almost left with women that love lifestyle, who will compromise on emotional connection in order to get that financial investment. And so rich men are left with a pool of women who are not as connected to them.
And that's the reason why I don't push the channel based on that rhetoric more. I want to focus on making men better than average. If you're higher than a 5 or 6, you're good to go. And the women who actually are attracted to you will genuinely want to work with you rather than coming to you because of your money. They're coming to you because they value more than your money. They're coming to you because they see something in you that they feel that they could work with. And I feel that when a woman approaches a man from that perspective, she's much more genuine. You can see her. You can see her true colors much clearer from there. Because we know that if you got money, she's coming after you for that money. There is no doubt about it. She's coming at you.
A woman who is very, very attracted to you will make it cheap and easy to access her time and will clear the way to access the sexual opportunity. The flip side of this is that the men who pay the most are the ones that women are interested in the least. Let me say that again. The men who pay the most are the ones that women are interested in the least. And to the extent that men want to be with women who want to be with them, this means that the higher the price, the lower the rational basis for paying it. This is because the more you pay, the less you get what you want. And though this is sad, it kind of makes sense. If a woman isn't authentically interested in a man, if she's not very attracted to him, then she will need to be compensated in other ways in order to stick around.
Money. And we've seen tons of these prank videos that show women only changing their mind when they've met a man, only when that man jumps into that nice car. So the intention is very clear why they want you. But if you know that you haven't got the money, but you have all the characteristics that the woman finds attractive, you could see that she's a woman that wants to build with you. That's my point. But anyway, let's get into this video but this is a great video. So let's get into it. It starts off where he got a call from a 30-year-old mother of 2 from LA.
First off, let's start with this. What's your name?
My name's Susan.
Hi, Susan. How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. What you got for me?
So I'm 30 and I have 2 kids. So I'm single. I have 2 kids from a previous relationship. So I was kind of trying to rate myself, but I am still very young, active. I have a lot to offer. I make great money. I have good, well-behaved children, and I am in LA dating, and I just find dating in LA so hard. So I actually don't have a problem meeting what you call high-profile men, men.
You just got a problem getting a husband.
Yeah, but
I love how Mr. Samuel just goes straight to the point. Yeah, I don't have a problem getting high value or high profile men. Yeah, but you don't have a problem getting a husband. And that's how you should measure it. Simple. That's why she's here.
Yeah, because you got 2 kids.
So it's just the 2 kids thing?
No, it's not just. It's big. I mean, you're 30 years old and all this career stuff. But how many different fathers? 1. Okay. How come you and he didn't get married?
I was so young when I was in that relationship, so I met him when
I hate when women say this shit about, I was so young when I got into this relationship and I had kids with this man when I was so young. It's such a cop-out. Because the idea that a woman is young, even though she can have kids, she's fertile, right? She's in her 20s, they can use this as an excuse. But imagine if a young man robbed a bank at 20 years old. He goes to jail for freaking 10, 15 years. No one says, you were just young. No, you were a damn 20-year-old man. But a woman, she could use this excuse and mess up her life, and she feels that she should be excused for this. Blows my mind every single time. Let's continue.
How old is your youngest?
7.
So you were 23. That's
when I had my daughter, yeah. So my kid's father, he was older than me.
But listen to what I'm about to say. You were younger. You were old enough to make babies. Yeah. First one at 20, even though I'm not okay with it, I can let it slide. But the second one, man, that's a choice. Why didn't you?
Yeah, no, we were in I was with him for 6 or 7 years.
But you weren't his wife. And that's a difference.
There we go. These women find it quite okay to give their womb away to a man, not once, twice, without requiring a ring. It blows my mind every single time. I just don't understand it. Is this what feminism have taught you women, that, it's just acceptable for you to just get pregnant? Don't ask a man to marry you? I mean, the generation before me, they were required. The men, if you knocked up a woman, and I'm using that word, yes, I know it's a derogatory term in some people's ears, but back in our day, you got a woman pregnant, you were forced to marry her. That's where the term shotgun marriage came from, meaning the father would be standing by with a shotgun. You don't say, I do to my daughter that you got pregnant. He'll shoot your ass. That was it. Force you to get married because it was required. But nowadays, no shame. No shame at all. These women will just knock out kids and just move on. Blows my mind.
Let me explain it to you. I'll try. You're a woman that was with a man for 6 or 7 years, and you gave him the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet.
That's what I'm talking
about. You
about.
gave him children. You gave him not only 1, you gave him 2. And yet you did not require him to even bestow the title of a wife upon you. So you go back out into the market, older, with 2 children, you expect someone in that market to accept you older and bestow the title of wife upon you? That's how men look at it.
And that's why he's called the
right,
GOAT.
Wrong, or indifferent.
Because
and then
he
being
put
in
it
LA,
to her in real terms. Real terms. Now she expects another man to come in and take care of another man's seed, another man's legacy, another man's DNA, and think that that's what men should do. Her man didn't die in war. He didn't die in some freak accident on some dangerous job site. No, she was just too young. She didn't feel it. She's not gonna, and he didn't see her worthy of being married. Now I blame the man as well, because why would he get this woman pregnant twice and not freaking marry her? Blows my mind.
Different. And then being in LA, one of the most competitive markets for women in the world. Competition is stiff out there. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. Beautiful woman on every corner.
So I do meet great men. I don't think it's hard finding a man to be committed to.
Oh, no. See, this is how we judge over here. We don't judge by dealing with, dating. We judge in weddings. That's the only thing that counts. If you're not married, you're losing.
See, women, I don't understand why women don't get this. A woman don't understand that, hey, a guy comes into my life, I open my legs, I give him permission to have sex. That's her choice. That's her choice. And it's easy. Open the legs, boom, the man is in. Okay? So she feels that that is a good thing for her, not realizing that a man will freaking stick his penis in anything, and I mean anything, that is hot and wet. Anything. She goes on like this. Oh, I can attract a man. I can attract a man. Any freaking clown with a hole and some moisture can attract a man. I don't understand why women flex with this. These men, most men don't care. Gets the rocks off, he gets up, he cries, he leaves. The difference between men and women, men can stick his penis in anything and then regret it with absolute disdain, almost crying after he's just emptied his balls. He can sleep with women he hate. And women don't understand this. And they think that just because they got a man coming at them, that's a big flex. Wow.
See, that makes it real clear because you've had everything up to that point anyway, right?
I've been engaged.
Right. I don't count those either. Because women, especially a lot of black women, have been engaged for a long time, 3, 4, 5 engagements. See, when you make it real clear.
And the reason why engagements don't matter is because it basically means that the person who asked to marry them, the man who asked to marry her, isn't qualified based on her expectations. In other words, it's not a man that she wants. If it was a man that she wanted, she wouldn't be calling the show. She would have been happily married. But it's obviously a man that she didn't want. Because after a man proposes, the ball is now in her court. Because she's engaged, because she now has the power to say no, it means that that was not the man she wanted. Now she's trying to get back to that stage where she can get a man to make the first proposal so she could have the first right of refusal. See how this works, gentlemen? Women are responsible for sex. Men are responsible for relationships. Now, women have the right to refuse the relationship, but she has to get to that point where she can first refuse it. That's why they like to flex with, oh, I've been engaged. Yes, but it wasn't a guy you wanted, so it doesn't count.
high value men, or whatever term you're using, has any one of them married you? And the answer is no.
There we go.
And that's why I say the dating market is difficult, because you're not an unattractive woman. Sure, a guy will take you out for a nice date. You really want to know what we think? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6". I weigh 115 pounds.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'll take you out. Oh hell yeah, I would take you out.
So I don't have a problem finding men taking
Of course
me out.
not. I would. But the thing is, what are you finding them for though? Yeah, I would take you out, get you a nice steak and some lobster. We'd have a good old time, and I would blow your back out, but I wouldn't marry you.
See, what I think I really have an issue is like finding men that don't want like the superficial. Like I feel like the type of guys like they just want a woman that like looks good on their arm. Like
yes.
So like when you
hold
say
on, listen, let me stop right there. Yes, that's what we want, because that's who we are. And you want a man.
That's the problem I have with dating.
But listen. You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women.
Yes. This is the problem.
That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, no.
That's you're
the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you're the problem, because I'm telling you what men want. You've experienced what men want, and you got a problem with it. That's your problem. We're not going to change.
And this is where I always see these women have this issue. Women want to get a high value man, and then they want him to change for her. They want Superman, but they also want Superman to convert to Clark Kent with Superman powers. It's not possible. Superman and Clark Kent are two totally different men. Now she wants a high value man to become a Clark Kent, to accept her in a simp behavior and take care of her kids from another man. This is nuts, just listening to this. Seriously. It's nuts, because I see this every day. It's insane.
You're either going to get on board with it, or you will die alone.
So what should I be looking for then?
Well, honestly, first you need to get down and understand that you have no leverage. You have no leverage in this matter. It's the men. We control access to relationships. You control access to sex. You need to understand what a man that you would want, what he would want in a girlfriend, wife, or significant other.
Like a good mother.
No,
wife.
That changes from every man.
Absolutely. And this is where the issue comes in. I find a lot of men who are in this space always try to define this sort of criteria that men look for. Yes, they are basic things that good men look for in a woman. Good mother, good nurturer, both go hand in hand. Okay? Good wife, meaning she's fit, friendly, feminine, and agreeable. Those are the fundamentals. But after that, you get down to the nitty-gritties and very specific things that different men look for in a woman. My desires that I look for in a woman, once she passes fit, friendly, feminine, and agreeable, then I look for women who are a little bit more on the intellectual side, because I like to have deep conversation. I look for a woman who is hardworking, because I want my wife to work. I look for a woman who's a little bit more adventurous. You know, these are the things. Some guys might just want a woman who just sort of a more homebody type of woman. That's not my thing. But we all have our different tastes in women. But the bottom line is, we're the one that's asking for it. That's it. If you're not it, we find it somewhere else.
You don't seem to get that Men judge the way we judge. And yes, like I said, you have no problem getting men to pay you attention. You've got no problem attracting men. But getting a man to take you seriously, and would you like to be married?
I would.
Okay, and that's a problem because you're asking a man to become a stepfather. You're asking, let's say you're asking me to come in.
And this is what a lot of women don't get. They think that, oh, it's just me that they're looking for. And then we must look across the kids as if they're just a side note. Oh, because it's me. My box is special. I bring a lot of things. I'm a special person. And, you know, sure, I have kids, but look at me. Look how hot I am. Look how amazing I am. Don't look at the kids. Don't look at another man's kids. Look at how hot I am. That's all you have to look at. But you still have to pay for the kids. Yeah, you gotta still love my kids. Oh, yeah. But look at me. Look at me. Look at the big shiny object over here. Forget the other two major problems over here. Oh, and those two kids, they come with a father as well. Forget all of that. That's not important. Look at me. Look at me. Unbelievable. Men must act like freaking idiots in today's day and age.
And take care of one man's child, a man's two children. I didn't create those. It's all downside. I've been a stepfather. It's a horrible deal.
What about the men that have children of their own? They want a stepmother.
Well, again, you still act as
like
though
most men at this age.
Okay, listen.
You see, this is the kind of crap women always pull. Oh, I can get a man with other kids. Who gets primary custody with kids? The mother. So even if she gets a man who also have kids, those kids are not under his butt 24/7 for her to take care of. He gets them once every other week on a weekend. So women always come with this, well, what if he has kids? Bottom line is that those kids don't influence her life. The point I'm trying to make is that women always bring this up. Well, what if he has kids? The reality of it is those kids will not affect the current mother's life. Because the man, unless she looks at how many payments he got to make to that former woman for child support and alimony, he don't have physical custody of the kids 95% of the time. Men only get custody 5% of the time. So listen, guys, I just thought this was an interesting piece with Mr. Samuels. I'm going to put a link to the entire video, so if you guys want to watch it. I just wanted to get a little foresight into the mind of a single mother who's trying to justify her way of finding a husband. And it's just another way for me to highlight to you ladies, the biggest problems you're going to have when you have kids out of wedlock. It never works out in your favor. Feminism have told you, oh, you know, you don't need a man. You don't need... But the problem is, if you have kids and don't have a man, and then when you get into your later years and realize, oh, I do need a man. This is getting tough. And you try to find one, like this woman here. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy, my friends. Reality hits really hard. Anyway, guys, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And, of course, whenever in doubt, always remember, ask an older man. All right? I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.